Express percent as a decimal number. Remember that when you're talking about percent, you're talking about out of 100. So 35% can be rewritten as 35 out of 100, which equals 0.35. Question B, similarly, can be rewritten as 82.1 out of 100, which can be expressed as 0.821. Here we have to round a number to 2 decimal places, which means we are going to look at the third decimal place, and that's going to help us determine whether to round up or down. In this case, 6 is more than a 5, so it's going to round to 32.75. So 6 rounded the 4 up. Question B, here the third decimal place is 4, so less than a 5. Therefore, we will round down 2.95. Question C, we have 7 in the third decimal place, so second decimal place will get rounded up, which in turn will round up the first decimal place, which in turn will round up the ones. So we end up with $27. Make sure that the answer makes sense. If you're looking at the price that's 26.99 and there are more digits, that makes sense that the price is rounded up to $27. Question D, third decimal place is 5, so that's going to round the second place up. That's in turn going to round the first place up, and therefore ones will also get rounded up. So that equals approximately $80. Again, check $79.99 is approximately $80. Here we have a number and we have to express it as a percent. Remember that we multiply by 100 to do that. So times 100 equals 18%. And question B, same thing, times 100 equals 2.44%. It tells us to round to 1 decimal place, so I'm going to look at the second decimal place because that's going to help me decide whether I'm rounding up or down. It's a 4, so I'm rounding down. Approximately equals 2.4%. Question C, we will first calculate the decimal number of this fraction and then change it into a percent. So 3 divided by 5 equals 0.6, and then we multiply that by 100 equals 60%. Question E, we have a fraction, so we'll change it into a decimal number first and then change it into a percent. So we have 12 divided by 91 equals, and times 100 to change it into a percent. And that equals 13.1868. We have to round to 1 decimal place, so we're going to look at the second decimal place, and that's an 8, so 1 will change to a 2, so the answer will be 13.2. Calculate 12% of 365. We change the 12% to a decimal number and multiply by 365, and that equals 0.12 times 365 equals 43.8. Question B, we change 32.5 to a decimal number and multiply by 4,560, and that equals 0.325 times 4560 equals 1,482. $1,482. Solve by isolating the variable. In the question A, we have 3 times A equals 186. The opposite operation of multiplication is division. So we will divide both sides of the equation by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, leaves A on the left side. 186 divided by 3 is 62. Question B. The separate value is 5. and we are going to add 5 to both sides of the equation. 3c minus 5 plus 5 equals 16 plus 5. Minus 5 plus 5 is 0, leaves 3c on the left side. 16 plus 5 equals 21. Now we have 3 multiplied by c, so we are going to use the opposite operation, just division. 3 divided by 3 is 1, leaves c equals 21 divided by 3 is 7. Question C. The separate value is 6, so we're going to subtract 6 on both sides. 4r plus 6 minus 6 equals 10 minus 6. 4r equals 4. 10 minus 6 is 4. And now we got to divide both sides by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1, so r equals 1. Question D, the separate value is 6, so we're going to subtract 6 on both sides of the equation. Equals 15 minus 6. On the left side we have m over 7 equals 15 minus 6 is 9. Now we would multiply both sides of the equation by 7 in order to isolate m. So 7 times m divided by 7 equals 7 times 9. 7 times m divided by 7 is m equals, and 7 times 9 equals 63. Here we have expressions that we have to simplify. BEDMAS is a tool that could help you remember the order of operations. So we always will look for brackets first and do the operation in the brackets. Then we're going to look for exponents, then division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So for the first question, in the brackets we have 8 minus 7. So we're going to have to perform that operation first. 5 times 8 minus 7 is 1. And now we can go on to multiplication. 5 times 1 is 5. And 5 plus 6 equals 11. Question B. We have 6 plus 4, and in the brackets we have 9 minus 3, so that's 6. Now we have to go on to multiplication before we can do the addition. So multiplication before addition. 4 times 6 equals 24. 6 plus 24 equals 30. Question C. Here is multiplication, and we have to do exponents before we do multiplication. So 4, and now 3 square is 9. Equals, and 4 times 9 is 36. Question D, here we have 2 expressions in brackets, so we'll have to do those operations first. 5 minus 2 is 3, plus 5. 2 plus 1 is also 3. Now we can do the multiplication. 4 times 3, 12. 5 times 3, 15. And finally we can add them together. 12 plus 15, 27. Question E. You have 3 plus exponents, so 4 to the power of 2, or in other words 4 square is 16, and 3 plus 16 is 19. Question F. Remember, you have to do the operations in the brackets first. So 6 minus 3 is 3, and 9 minus 6 is also 3. Next thing to do is exponents. So 3 square is 9 minus 2 times 3. Now we can do the multiplication. 9 minus 6. And finally subtraction. 9 minus 6 equals 3.